everybody. Welcome to Micro Adventures. We are in Wilderness Park today, and we're gonna bring you a full body workout with a set of dumbbells. I recommend 5 to 10 pounds. We're gonna get things going on just one black spring, and we're gonna start in a reverse bear with a tap back. So, toes on the front platform to start, hands to carriage. Let's get you on the right springs there, my friend.
Why, thank you.
And it's gonna be a reverse plank. Okay, so once you've got your reverse plank, let's do one reverse bear. Pause, step your right foot back to the floor, step your left foot back to the floor, step it forward, up to the platform, forward, up to the platform, back to your bear. Okay, so that's your combination. Bend through the knees, pause, step back, step forward, back into your plank. So as you do this, really be mindful that you're going slow, that your hips are staying level, okay? We don't want our hips swaying side to side. And if at any point the step back to the floor just isn't working for you, just stick with the reverse bear, right? And likewise, if reverse bear isn't where you want to start today, hit a reverse wheelbarrow, no big deal. We're gonna go 15 seconds like this. We're gonna hit a reverse saw, reverse floor pike combo. I'll talk you through it, but just meet me in your reverse saw in 3, 2, 1. Knees down to the front platform, forearms to your carriage. You're gonna go one reverse saw. And then once you pull the carriage back in, elbows beneath the shoulders, tuck both toes down to the floor and lift the knees, finding plank, and then piking your hips up. We slide back into plank, knees down slowly, and then we go back into our reverse saw. So we'll alternate one reverse saw with one reverse floor pike. Slow as you can go here. And take your time, right? When you transition from your plank to knees back down on the carriage, that's an extra added opportunity to really work deep into your abs. So make your time here count. We're gonna go 15 seconds, and then we're gonna start getting a little bit more into our upper body. So we're gonna hit Cobra next. You can do Cobra on the knees or on the toes, totally your call. In 4, 3, 2, let's come up to our hands, knees or toes on your front platform, and we're gonna go Cobra. So bending through your elbows and then rising back up through the palms. So the way you modify Cobra is by how much you bend your elbows. They don't necessarily need to lower all the way to the machine. And then check in that you're not hiking your shoulders up towards your ears, okay? Really important. The other checkpoint I want you to focus in on is that your abs are actively pulling up and in, so you are not dipping into your lower back. That is super important on Cobra, and I see it all the time. So check in that your abs are tight. Maybe lift your hips up 1 inch higher just to protect your low back. We're gonna go 15 seconds here, and then we're gonna hit some reverse tricep push-ups. So, couple options, knees, toes, or tabletop, your call. In 4, let's just go tricep push-ups. In 3, 2, 1. So wrap your elbows in towards your body. Josiah's doing this in a kneeling plank position, so he's gonna bend through the elbows, keeping the elbows close to his ribs and pushing back up. You can do this on your toes, and you can also do this in tabletop. So on all fours, your knees are under your hips, and then you're bending down through the elbows, pushing back up. And you might find that tabletop position is a lot harder than you think it's gonna be. In 4, halfway down. In 3, 2, just halfway down, little pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, full range. In 3, 2, back to full range. 15 seconds. Spoon is up next. Hands to the handlebars behind you, feet to the front edge of your carriage. It's spoon in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So stand up, bring your hands to your high handlebars. Heels are gonna hook at the front edge of your carriage so your legs are straight. There you go. Push the shoulders down away from the ears, scoop through the low belly, lift the hips up and back, and then they come forward. And spoon is super tough on this machine, y'all, because the handlebars are shorter. So listen, if this is just not happening for you today, you're gonna go ahead and have a seat on the front platform, and you're just gonna crunch it out for me. Okay, that is your modification, that is your option. We've got 30 seconds to go. Legs are up next. We're gonna adjust our springs to 1 rep. And we're gonna start off in a squat with a bicep curl. So hand weights nearby, hopefully. It's gonna be right foot to the front platform. 10 seconds to go here. We've got our spring change to 1 rep in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we're gonna change our springs to 1 rep. Grab your hand weights, Josiah. Right foot will be on your front platform. Left foot's gonna hook into your carriage strap if you have one. And we're gonna squat. So a little space between the carriage and the platform. Spread the knees out a little bit. Sink your weight back into your heels. Pause at the bottom. Drive through your heels, squeeze your glutes, lift up. Good, so from here, let's start to add a little bicep curl. We'll curl on the way down. Arms extend on the way up. And see if you can get your elbows slightly in front of your rib cage. And try to keep your elbows in the same place the whole time. Right, so keeping those elbows nice and stationary is gonna isolate our biceps a little bit better. Good. If you're looking for a little bit more here, try pushing that carriage out another inch or two. Really seal down the outer edges of your feet so you're feeling the outer sides of your glutes light up. And then pause at the bottom of every squat and focus on driving down through your heels and squeezing your glutes on the way up. In 4, down, hold. In 3, 2, 1, hold. We're just gonna punch the weights forward an inch, back an inch. Little punch, little pull. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to your squat, slow. Squeeze your glutes the whole way up. Do not lock out your knees at the top. Take it right back down. 25 seconds. Enjoy this big full range of motion. We're gonna get into skating next. Okay, so I'm gonna talk you through the legs for each exercise first, and then we'll add on the arms as we go. Remember, you can always work the arms with or without the weights. And this is just upping the intensity of our workout and getting a lot more upper body for us. In 4, take it down and hold. In 3, 2, 1, we'll take it down and hold. From here, shift your weight back into your heels, row your elbows up and back, palms face in towards you. And we're gonna go skating with a tricep kickback. So just start with the skate. Left leg extends out, resist it back in. Right now, add on. As you kick the left leg out, extend the arms straight back. So you're doing a little tricep kickback. Bend at the elbows, slide your shoulders away from your ears. Make sure your neck has space. And flex and squeeze up the backside of your arm as you hit this. Okay, you've got 25 seconds left in skating for this round. I'm gonna give you a little relief for the legs. We're gonna stand up for standing outer thighs. So challenge yourself to get lower and go slower because you know you're gonna be able to straighten out your legs in 10, 9, standing outer thighs in 4, 3, 2, 1. So legs straight here. We're gonna go ahead and push the carriage out, hinging forward at your hips, and we're gonna hit a little chest opener. So squeezing the palms up and back, resist the carriage in, and as the carriage comes in, upright your spine, hands by your hips. So as you push the carriage out, you're hinging forward from the hips, the arms go back, and then resist the carriage in, spine more upright, hands by your hips. So you should feel this one in between your shoulder blades. Right, your lats, those big muscles down the sides of the back, and your triceps, as well as your core. Make sure your core is actively squeezing in. So, you've got 20 seconds, and we're gonna get back into skating for our right leg just one more time, just 60 seconds. Breathe here, refocus, reset, and get ready for where you need to go. In 4, we transition into skating seamlessly. In 3, 2, 1, sit your weight back into your heels, go into your skate with a tricep kickback. Good, so we're just skating here, right? And then adding that little kickback in. So remembering if at any point the weights become too much for you, you can just hold them. You can set them down and keep the movement going with the arms and really just focus on actively flexing and squeezing your muscles. That's gonna get you a whole lot. Nice control here, Josiah. Keep the weight back in your heels. Awesome work, guys. 25 seconds. We are gonna hit a floor runner's lunge next. So it's a lot like runner's lunge, but instead of placing our right foot on top of the platform, we're gonna place it on the floor. Just gonna be a little bit more comfortable for your foot as these platforms are pretty tiny. In 5, keep your weights, right foot to the floor in 3, 2, and 1. So go ahead and hop your right foot to the floor. We'll pivot to face the front of your machine. Left toes will tuck onto the carriage, and we'll sit down low like we would in runner's lunge. So both knees have a 90-degree bend, left heel lifted high. And we'll just start with runner's lunge. So bending through the back knee and then kicking that leg out. Good. And then from here, adding on some arm movement. So as we kick the leg out, we're gonna hit serve the platter with the arms. So as the leg goes back, the arms go forward, bend the elbows in, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Good. Slow as you can. Now, as you start to fatigue in these movements, right, here's what you do. Rather than stand up and take a break, you come out of the exercise an inch or two. So rather than staying at your absolute lowest point and killing yourself, come up an inch or two and keep going with the exercise. And once you feel like you can, then drop it back down low again. Nice control here, Josiah. Let's go 15 seconds just like this. We've got a little split squat variation, and we just have one leg exercise left to hit on the right side. In 4, weights beside you. In 3, 2, bend the back knee in, weight straight down, chest lifted. We're just gonna lower down through that back knee, and then we're gonna rise back up. So a little bigger range of motion. Lowering down, drive, lift up. Spine stays tall. Sink through the back knee, drive through your right heel as you lift up. Think sink through the back knee, fire up that quad, drive through the right heel as you lift up. Little bigger range of motion. You're here for 10. We pivot, quarter turn to the left for side kicks. In 5, 4, 3, 2, quarter turn to the left. Right foot stays on the floor, left heel is on the front edge of your carriage. And we're gonna sit back into a squat, and we're going side kicks. So walk your right toes forward so they're level with the front of your platform or that outer handlebar. Yeah, and that'll give you a little more space to sit your hips back. Good. From here, we're gonna add in a little bit of a row. So as we push the carriage out, we're just gonna row the arms up and back, and then we're gonna resist, punch the knuckles down at an angle. So we're not quite totally hinged forward from the hips, right? Our spine isn't parallel to the floor. We've got more of a 45-degree bend, but we're squeezing the elbows up and back as we kick the leg out and then punching the knuckles straight down. Perfect. Breathe into your work, right? So big breaths in, you're fueling your muscles with oxygen, you're fueling your body. And this is where things are gonna get a little tougher, right? We're rounding the corner, we're almost done with legs. In 4, arms come to heart, hands to heart center. In 3, 2, hands to heart center, hold the legs and just down and all the way up. Little squat variation, down and up. Uneven squats for the legs. You're here for 10, 9, 8, I got you, 7, 6, 5. Meet me at the bottom of your squat in 3, 2, bottom of the squat, hold, go back to side kicks with the row. 30 seconds, you're out of your right leg. So burn it out. You wanna get to a place where it's shaky, where it's trembly, where you're questioning this workout. Sink it down, stay with it. 15 seconds. We're gonna ditch the weights, and we are going reverse floor wheelbarrow. So knees on the floor in front of your machine, hands to the carriage. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ditch your weights. Knees to the floor in front of your machine, hands to your carriage, find a kneeling plank position, and from there it's wheelbarrow. So we're gonna send the arms forward, and then scoop through the belly, pull it right back in slowly and with control. Okay, so this is option 1. Option 2, if you like, you can take this up to the toes, right? But this is a very stable and supported wheelbarrow. So this should feel very different than when we do wheelbarrow on a black spring. And hopefully it feels really nice on your neck and shoulders, right? So maybe wiggle your head side to side, let go of any tension there, right? Focus on the muscles that are working. Your abs, right? You want a little squeeze of your glutes here, a little squeeze of your inner thighs. Soft bend in the elbows, lighting up the triceps, and a little bit of engagement through the lats, pulling the carriage and resisting that spring tension in. In 5, we're gonna go tricep push-ups. You stay right where you are, just keep the carriage steady in 3, 2, 1. Hands beneath the shoulders, wrap your elbows in towards your rib cage, bend through the elbows, lower down. Okay, so you have all the options you had before, knees, toes, tabletop. And if it's uncomfortable with your knees or your feet on the floor, you can bring them up to your platform if that feels better. We're moving back to our legs in 30 seconds. Right, light up the upper body, get it in. We've got side kicks with a row on deck. It's gonna be your left foot on the floor. It's gonna be your right heel on the inside of the carriage, and you're gonna wanna grab your hand weights. Let's go 10, 9, side kicks, left leg in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand it on up. Plant your left foot on the floor next to your front platform. Grab your weights. Right heel's gonna find somewhere on your carriage to plant. I like that little island space between the rail and the inner edge of the carriage, right? But find some place where you can grip the machine. If you've got a carriage strap, you can use that too. We'll start with the side kick, and then whenever you feel ready to add on, right, we'll add on that row. So as we kick the leg out, we'll row the elbow straight back, and then we'll punch the knuckles down as we resist the carriage in. Shift your hips back and your weight back into your heels. Yes, so good. So the focus and intention here is to really get the legs to work super hard. What adding weights does, it makes the legs work harder. It also incorporates all this upper body work, which fires up your core more. And because we're moving the upper and the lower body, you are getting more cardio during your workout, right? So we're making things even more effective, even more efficient. We're gonna go 15 seconds, and we're gonna transition into our squats. In 4, in 3, 2, weights to heart center, hold the carriage steady, just squat down and up. So uneven squats here. Slowly and with control. Try not to lock out your knees. You've come too far to undo your work at this point. Let's go 10, 9, 8, in 7 to the bottom and hold in 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, hold, go back to your side kick with the row. 25 seconds to go. You've got your floor runner's lunge on deck. Breathe into it. Send some breath and oxygen into the muscles that are working. See if you can sit a little bit lower. When we get to the end of every exercise, this is where you want to push it. See if you can get your muscles to start to tremor and shake just a little bit, or maybe just burn a heck of a lot more. In 4, pivot to the front, runner's lunge. In 3, 2, 1. Quarter turn to the front. Left foot stays on the floor. Right toes tuck onto the carriage. Make sure your feet are set up at least hip width apart. That's gonna help with the balance. We'll drop it down low, and we'll just start with runner's lunge. So get the hang of runner's lunge first, sending the carriage back out behind you. Good, I can help you with that, Josiah, if you want. Go, there you go. Once you feel pretty steady in your runner's lunge, as you kick the carriage out, you can send the arms forward, serve the platter arms, and then elbows squeeze back together as the knee bends in. So super dynamic movement here, right? You're getting a lot. There's a lot to think about, slow down, check in with all the fine details of this movement, right? Is my left knee over my left ankle? Is most of my weight down through the heel of my left foot? Can I lift my right heel up a touch higher and drop my right knee a little lower? And can I go slower? You've got your split squat variation in 8, 7, in 6, 5, hold the back knee in 3, 2, back knee comes in, weights beside the hips, palms face in, straight arms, drop it down a little lower, try to keep the carriage steady, drive through your left heel, lift it up. So big range of motion, right? This is a little bit of almost like an alleviating sensation in your legs. You're still working, but now you get to move up and down instead of staying at the bottom of this lunge and holding the isolation. Josiah says it feels like a vacation.
Alleviated all the way.
All right, team. You've got skating. Left foot steps up to the front platform, right foot to the carriage. Keep your weights in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go skating. Left foot on the front platform, you're facing me. Right foot hooks into the carriage strap. Sit down into your squat and just start to skate with the right leg to start. Okay, once you've got the hang of your skate, we'll add the tricep kickback. Good. Always make sure you're steady and balanced first with your legs before you add on any arms. Right? And there is no shame in having to ditch your weights at this point in the class, okay? This is a lot of work we've done. Refocus, recommit, stay with us. And that's one way you'll know you are getting stronger, right? Come back to this class, do it again and again. And notice how much longer you hang on to the weights and notice how much slower you move your body, right? This workout does not get easier. You get stronger, you get better at doing the moves. You start to move with more integrity and control and go slower. In 5, standing outer thighs, legs straight. In 4, 3, 2, 1, straighten out the legs. Start to push the carriage out, little hinge forward from the hips, palms press back. So little chest opener. Good. And that hinge forward from the hips as we push the carriage out, make sure your abs are staying really tight. You do not want to feel this exercise in your lower back, trust me. And then check in with the neck, right? Does the neck feel like it's taking any of this tension? Chest opener is not meant to be a huge movement. You can keep it super small. You just want to squeeze your shoulder blades together and then squeeze your triceps. So you're squeezing up the back side of your arms. We're going to go 20 seconds. We'll get back to skating for just a short little spurt. Go 10 more. See if you can send the carriage out a little further. Just try. See what happens, right? Just give it a shot. In 4, back to skating. In 3, 2, 1, sink it down into your squat. Your weight's pretty centered over both feet. We'll start to kick the carriage out as you find your tricep kickback. Remember, you can always keep the movement going with just the arms, squeezing the muscles that were meant to be working. Nice control, Josiah. Everybody check in here. Can you flare your knees out slightly and put some weight into the outer edges of both feet? And then allow your body weight to drift back into your heels a little bit more. 25 seconds to go. We are going to keep our weights. We're going to take it down to 1 block spring. And we're going to hit squats, okay? But with a light spring tension this time around. You've got 10, 9, right foot on your front platform, left foot on the carriage. We're going squats on 1 block in 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to change out those springs. Turn around to face our clients, if you will, Josiah. It's going to be right foot on the front platform, left foot on the carriage, and we're going squats. So start with your weights over your shoulders. We're going to sink it on down and back. Weight is even in both legs, yeah? And then drive through your heels, squeeze your glutes, little overhead press. So take it down, slow, with control. Pause at the bottom, engage your core, find a light energetic squeeze of the thighs, push up. Keep it going here. Nice, and this should feel very different from the first round of squats. So right away you might notice that your body is a little more unstable, a little bit more trembly and shaky. That partially is because your muscles are fatigued and you've been working really hard to get here. And part of it's also the spring tension. So if you find that you cannot keep that carriage stable, I want you to add a second black spring to get a little more stability. Otherwise, we're all just on 1 block, okay? So I don't want you to be confused about that. Breathe into it. right? Notice how much intensity these weights are adding to your workout, and know that you can add and pick up weights anytime you take class, anytime you just want a little extra. In 4, down, hold. In 3, 2, 1, down, hold. Lift your right heel up, lower it down. Lift your left heel up, lower it down. Keep alternating with these calf lifts. Pull your abs in, roll your shoulders back, chest is open. If you need to lift an inch or two higher, that's totally fine. You're here for 10, 9, 8, 7. We're going standing inner thighs in 5 with a bicep curl. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Both legs are straight. We're gonna send the carriage out, bicep curl on the way out, squeeze through the inner thighs, lengthen through the arms on the way in. Keep going here. If your biceps are totally fried, you could do a lateral raise or a front raise. But with the heavier set of dumbbells, they might be a little more appropriate for working the biceps, right? You could also do a shoulder press if that feels better. So lots of options, right? That's what we do every time we show up. The instructor gives us a ton of information, a ton of options, and we get to empower ourselves to do what feels right in our body so that we're staying safe and we're staying challenged. Oh yeah, is that your safe and challenged spot?
Wait till you see the whole video.
Great. All right. In 4, out halfway and hold. In 3, 2, out halfway and hold. Find a little energetic squeeze of your inner thighs, a little bit of tension in the inner edges of your feet. Let's just curl it out. Boop. Single arm curls for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Full range in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring it in, arms extend down. Take it back out, bicep curl. 30 seconds. All right, what do we got next? We have a reverse super crunch. So, reverse super crunch means we'll be seated on our carriage and we're gonna tuck our toes underneath our back platform, or if you've got a back platform strap, tuck them under the strap, yeah? Let's go out and hold in 3, 2, 1, out, hold. Single arm curls. Final 10, 9, 8, reverse super crunch in 4, 3, 2, 1. Ditch your weights. Make sure you're on one black spring. We're headed to the back for reverse super crunch. So you're seated on top of your carriage, toes tucked under your back platform rail, hands behind the head across the chest, or really great modification Josiah figured out, you can bring your hands to the carriage rails if you want to show them that, so you can help support yourself as you do this. Good, let's go nice and slow here. So as the legs extend, the upper body leans back, and then we crunch and round everything forward. Big scoop through the belly. We want to get that flexion of our spine, right? A lot of our movements for our abs on the machine come from a plank position, and a lot of times we're holding that plank in our core. This is one of the opportunities to round through your spine. All right, in 4, we're gonna take it back halfway and hold in 3, 2, 1, back halfway, hold. Just a little pulse forward with the upper body for 10, 9, 8, 7, full range. We're gonna add a twist in 3, 2, 1, full range. This time as you crunch towards the knees, twist. Opposite shoulder, opposite knee, send it out through center. Other side, slow. Okay, this is our second to last exercise. I'm gonna give you guys a choice. You've got 2 choices of where you finish. Okay, so check in with your body. If you're feeling totally worked, your option is gonna be a reverse dancing bear. That means your toes will be on your front platform, hands on your carriage. If you are up for an extra challenge, you are gonna hit giant reverse dancing bear, hands on your back platform, toes on your carriage. Here's 10, 9, reverse or giant reverse dancing bear, your call in 3, 2, 1, let's go. It's either giant reverse or it's reverse. Find your strongest plank, zip your ankles, knees, and thighs together, and then drag your knees in towards one elbow. Send it out center plank. Knees come into the other side. Send it out center plank as slow as you can go. Lift your hips up so you are not sinking through your lower back here. Push down into your palms, dome your upper back. This is your finisher. Finish this class how you want to feel and carry that energy with you into the rest of your day, into tomorrow, into the rest of the week. Big exhales, big squeezes. Right here, you're under 25 seconds. Do everything you can to stay in this move. Believe in yourself. Believe that you got this. We're here. Final 15 seconds. Yes, yes, yes. Keep it moving. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7. Little slower. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done.
Oh, good.
It's like I'm holding him hostage to work out. You gonna come back and say goodbye to class? All right, team. Let's finish things out. I think he's gonna make it back for 2 deep breaths. Okay. Whew, careful. Inhale, arms up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Be proud of yourself. You just did that. Awesome job. We'll see you guys next time.